A new ship in Star Citizen in current year? What are you talking about? Esperia Prowler utility.
The Prowler utility is a brand new dedicated cargo ship with enhanced stealth abilities.
Cargo ship.
The Prowler utility is a brand new dedicated cargo ship with enhanced stealth abilities.
What's the storage capacity? Let's see.
It trades some of its combat
it's stealth,
capabilities
right?
for more industrial uses.
Industrial?
If you don't want to get detected doing your cargo runs, this is the perfect ship.
This ship is for someone who...
If you don't want to get detected doing your cargo runs, this is the perfect ship.
If you don't get detected with your cargo runs, it's the perfect ship.
This ship is for someone who wants to do cargo, who wants to remain stealthy, and who wants to look sick doing it.
I don't understand. I actually don't understand. Smuggling is the only reason I would even possibly consider this. The only reason. But when they say the words like industrial, I don't consider smuggling to be an industrial task. That's more of a piracy thing. So they're touting this as an industrial ship. I don't understand.
The Prowler utility is different from the baseline Prowler.
Because we had to carve out extra space for the new cargo, that meant that the belly section of the ship had to increase in size just a tiny bit.
It also has a ventral size 2 remote tractor beam,
Okay,
which can
good.
be accessed from the
That's
pilot or co-pilot seat.
And that'll allow you to move cargo freely in and out of the ship.
Ah, it's got a belly grid.
The base version of
Like
the
the
ship
raft.
has these feathers
like
on the
it.
wings, which get deployed down when you land.
Yeah.
But those deployed
that.
down when you land.
I like
Version of the
that.
ship has these feathers on the wing in and out of the ship,
Can't click.
and that'll allow you to move.
That's like the raft. So you don't have to necessarily put this inside of a cargo garage type deal, which bane of my existence for these 8 SCU boxes. So they got this underbelly grid like the raft. I like it. This is cool. I like that design, I mean.
Cargo freely in and out of the ship. The base version of the ship has these feathers on the wings, which get deployed down when you land, but those are no longer really needed since the functionality is slightly different. And so what we've done now is when you land with this ship, those feathers get tucked up, giving you more space to actually move cargo around the ship freely.
Okay.
It features 2 size 4 guns under the wings instead of
2 size 4 guns.
the original 2 size 5 guns,
Makes sense.
while retaining the remote turret on top with the 2 size 3 weapons.
Makes sense. If you're going the industrial route, you don't have 2 size 5 guns on a hauler, unless you got a big ship. So 2 size 4 and the remote turret makes sense.
As the Prowler utility is a variant of the Prowler, rather than a standalone chassis, it gets to share all the cool paints between both versions.
Oh, okay.
And existing Prowler owners, of course, get to benefit from all the new paints that come with the launch of this vehicle.
Okay.
We've updated the lighting quite a bit in order to sort of just give a little bit more feedback to the player. We've chosen to really lean into sort of the red lighting that we...
Okay, that was a cool animation. I got to see how the cargo comes out after I guess you open the doors or open the belly.
Back to the player. We've chosen to really lean into sort of...
It kind of slides out. Those are 4 SCU boxes. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 32. That's a 32 SCU. That's small. But if you're smuggling, it's not small. So if I want to, here's the question. If I'm moving guns, if I'm moving things that are not in boxes, this is not going to be a solution. Yeah, that's okay though.
the red lighting that we've been doing on the interior of the Prowler in general and push that to the exterior. And so if you're coming down above someone, you just look like this incredibly aggressive silhouette with red lights flashing everywhere. I think it looks awesome.
It looks like an actual insect, which is the intention.
Compared to the base Prowler, we have stripped out the lower
why'd you
interior.
do that again?
Compared
They did that with the, gosh, I forgot the name of the new ship that just came out with an Invictus. This like blast shield that has like two-way camera. I love that effect so much.
Compared to the base Prowler, we have stripped out the lower interior
by removing the main section of drop seats and replacing that with a 32 SCU cargo hold.
and added a sort of clamshell door opening on the undersides to allow easy access to the cargo bay.
It essentially looks like a face hugger, but it face hugs your cargo.
Okay.
There's a new engineering room on the upper deck, which is previously where
does like
the
a face
component
hugger.
closet
He's right.
was, and it retained.
He's absolutely right. It looks like a face hugger. I said an insect. I said like a bug, but it actually looks like Half-Life 2 face huggers.
3 of the 4 jump seats up front in the co-pilot foyer and replaces one of those drop seats with a storage rack for handheld cargo boxes.
Wow.
I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I'm excited to see the feedback from players and how they end up using it in the game.
We wanted to try and come up with an arrangement of the cargo hold and the tractor beam in such a way that you could potentially swoop in and grab cargo that maybe necessarily doesn't belong to you. My dream would be to just see a bunch of people stealing other people's cargo with this thing in the dead of night and just flying off into the distance without ever landing, which would be super sick.
I'm just super excited that we get to launch.
Bad example with the Hull C, because I don't think you got 32 SCUs on this thing. And for my Hull C runs, I don't. There ain't gonna be much you could take. I mean, I guess I'm doing certain runs, but ain't much you could take and fit in this thing. Yeah, the Hull Cs have 32 SCUs like stacked, maybe 16.
A more accessible version of the Prowler, which I think is a fan favorite visually, but has just never had its time in the verse. So hope to see lots of these flying around now.
Okay, that is the Prowler utility, which it looks like it's going to be a smuggling ship. They never said the word smuggling, like once. I was listening. They called it industrial use, and he worded it as taking other people's cargo without their permission, which piracy. I guess they can't say these words. I don't know if it's an ad revenue thing on YouTube or what, but it's a smuggling ship with 32 SCU. Very limited. I think that's a very limited scope. Very single rolled ship. It looks cool, and if I want to do some smuggling or some stealthy trading, this is a ship for it. But I don't recall there being much of that in the game yet. There might be. There might be. All right, Star Citizen, the Esperia Prowler utility, the newest in the ship's pledge store on Star Citizen. Check it out. I'll put the link in the show description.